So here we go again with the next detail. I love the diversity of vehicles that I get through the door. So the last one was a 2019 Onyx Bentley Bentayga, and now I have a 2003 BMW 530. It's so cool having all different kinds of vehicles in here. Now this is kind of booked in for do what needs doing. We do have quite a bit to do on this one. I've had to get the marker pen out. There's quite a bit. So let's just jump straight in. Well, I don't need to even put my light on. You can see this patch. So this is all sanding marks. Sanding nib, 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 nib. They're all over. But all this edge is sanding marks right up to the edge, which should be fun. It's the same on this edge as well. So we've got sanding marks all across there. So right on the corner there, you can just see we've got overspray. There's holograms all over it. What do we have on this side? Overspray. So you see those couple of lines right on the edge. Right on the edge there, we've got that's overspray just there. Okay. Can you see how cloudy this is? This is all sanding marks. The whole thing. And then we get up here. Oh, you can see that without the torch. All up there. Look what it does to the light. But this is all sanding marks. Wow. And then it's the same on this door. The whole thing is sanding marks. And then just for good measure, put me like there. Overspray. Let me put me like that way. No. There we go. So you can see this line of overspray. So no overspray, overspray. So yeah, that'll all come off with polishing. Yeah. More sanding marks on the wing. Hey, 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 hey. The bonnet, we got sanding marks right on the edge. Don't know how well that's picking that up. There's a little line of sanding marks there. But see how hazy this bonnet is. That should be a nice deep black. Yeah, so we got that to tackle. Nice big patch of sanding marks that run up there. And then yeah, this side, get my camera, look at all these sanding marks. Wow. All the way down. Yeah, we'll keep this one a bit brief because I want to start polishing on this one. So many sanding marks. The thing is, outside you can't really tell, not until you've got it all washed, deconned and clayed, and then you see the true paint condition. But again, I know this is going to turn out amazing. I just want to get going. So I'm going to put it up in the air. Probably, oh, where do I start? No, I'm going to start where I normally start, on the rear quarter. And yeah, we'll come back in a bit for an update of what I'm using, how I'm getting on. Let's get on with this one. Yeah, catch back in a bit. Let's go over what I have found and what I'm going to be using. Now, I've been having a few issues with the Meguiar's microfiber cutting pad. And what I mean by that is I can't get hold of them. Everybody is out of stock. So I've had to order a load from America. Yes, I've got to wait for them to be delivered, but they're so much cheaper buying them from America than they are in the UK. So I've got a lot coming from America. But in the meantime, I've run out. So I've been forced to try some different cutting pads to see if I can find one that I kind of like, because the Meguiar's one for me just works. I absolutely love them. And what I have found is, not that one, that one. This, and it's quite a chunky one, look at that. That is Labo Cosmetica fibre cutting pad. I'm impressed. It's really nice and smooth to use. They're cheaper than the Meguiar's ones. If I can't get hold of the Meguiar's again, that is what I'm going to be using. So I'm going to buy a few more of these to keep in stock because I go through quite a lot of them. So yeah, I've been using the Labo Cosmetica pad, Cartec 4000 in my little bottle. And what happened there? No. There we go. I don't know what happened to the camera there. So yeah, Cartec 4000, the Labo Cosmetica cut pad, fibre pad, and this is what we're getting to. Because it didn't look too bad to begin with. Let's see if I can turn the ISO down. So this is kind of where all the sanding marks were. Yeah, now you can see how bad the sanding marks were. Wow. So that is cut with Cartec 4000 and a Labo Cosmetica pad and refined on a Geon white eccentric finishing pad and Geon polish. That is mad. Let me see if I can get in a bit closer. That is a 50-50. a big milestone in this detail. The polishing is finished. Gloss. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to show you it just yet because I want to wait till a little bit later on. But wow. So all the paintwork is polished. The glass has been polished. I'm now getting ready to wipe it down. So I've got my Spice Hecker 7010 strong panel wipe. And then I'll follow that up with, there we go, Geon Prep. Yeah, so today I finished off the last little bit of polishing. Going to wipe it down now, stop for some food, get it coated. I may film that. I want to try and get as much wrapped up today as I can. I might put it on a time lapse and just leave it up the top. Get it coated, get the wheels coated and the trim. And maybe the glass. But then tomorrow it's going to leave interior and little bits. So, but yeah, nuts, absolutely nuts. So I'm going to get this wiped down, set the camera up on the tripod for the coating. And yeah, we'll come back a little bit later on. Yes. Wow. Woo. See you in a bit. I'm just about to do the headlining because I want to do that before I clean all the leather and everything else. I don't know if you can see this patch here. There. That dirty patch there. So I've just got some Koch Chemie MZR, which I'm just going to spray onto a microfiber cloth. Come on. there we go. So I've got to do that to the whole headlining because we've got all these dirty marks around here. Ooh. These dirty marks all on here. We've got some, sorry, I'm laying on my back. We've got some more back here on this trim coming over. All on here as well, and on the plastic. Right, let's get this done first. Yeah, so I'll get roof lining done, then I'll do all the seats, then the carpet, then the door cards. Let's put it on time lapse, see how we get on. So that is half the roof. Yeah, quite a lot. So now I'm not going to use that one anymore. I'm going to go and put that in the washing and get another one and do the other half. Well, that's another detail completed here at Cornwall Car Care. That is probably one of the cleanest 530s around. It is impeccable. Like, the guy who owns this, I know how hard he's worked and what he's done to this to get it to this level. And then luckily for me, I get to kind of finish it. Yes, there's still a few more bits to do on it, but I get to put my touch on it. And what a touch that is. It turned out just sensational. From how dull and sandy marks, swirl, scratches, to turn it around like that, yes, happy with that. So this had a multi-stage correction detail. It's a lot of sanding marks. A lot, more than I thought there was, which is normally the case. Multi-stage correction detail, 5-year coatings package, wheel face coating, glass coating, leather coat on the inside, engine coatings. Just what's the word I'm looking for? A privilege to get cars like this through the door. I think I said on one of the other vlogs, the diversity I get is just mad. It might have even been at the beginning of this one, I'm not sure. But yeah, the diversity of cars is wild. And I love it. That is such a good thing about this job is I'm not just on one thing. I'm not just on high-end vehicles. I do everything. And it's cool when you get something like this in. Yes! Guys, look at it. It's just mental. Yeah, it's just, oh, I get such a kick out of doing this. Yes. So, yeah, this one is being collected tomorrow morning. We have another, let's say, a brightly coloured vehicle coming in next. So, yeah, another one that I'm probably going to enjoy quite a lot. It's a bit of a beast as well. So, yeah, we are going to leave this one here, roll some afters, catch you on the next one. See you later.